Welcome to the Waylon perspective. Please like and press that subscribe button. I appreciate it very much. This is my reaction to Missioned Souls performing Sweet Child of Mine, originally by GNR. Let's commence. Ladies and gentlemen, before these awesome young performers from Missioned Souls Family Band give us this classic 80s heavy metal song, let us just acknowledge the sheer brilliance, the sheer amazing awesomeness of Missioned Souls. Let's just absolutely give a shout out and awesome respect to the band, ladies and gentlemen. The children, the kids, they are here. The parents taking a break on this performance, ladies and gentlemen. Naisha on that guitar line, bringing us into this song. Instantaneously recognizable stuff. I know this original song, ladies and gentlemen. Axl Rose / vibes. Guns N' Roses from back in the day. A band that, were around for quite some time and made quite an impact in the metal scene way back. Naisha brought us into the track awesomely on the guitar there, recalling those / vibes. Stacy as well, ready to give us those vocals. Nasus on bass guitar for this one, ladies and gentlemen, with the young man Isaiah Ice on the drums. He's about to drop that beat. Ladies and gentlemen, Mission Souls, so impressive every single time I watch them. The talent just utterly immense with this family, with this band. They're impressive every single time. And they're going to give us a treatment here of a classic old school 80s heavy metal song. Let's go. Very exciting stuff here. I'm looking forward to this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's rock. Ladies and gentlemen, awesome. What did I tell you? Stacy absolutely bringing in those vocals. The young lady, she keeps sounding better and better. You know what I mean? Stacy, her vocal abilities, they're becoming stronger and stronger. And maybe it's just me with the more performances I'm watching, appreciating her singing voice more and more as we go, ladies and gentlemen. But definitely the band, the talent, so instantaneously recognizable. When you look at these young, musicians, you just absolutely can't help but appreciate how awesomely they perform the music. That's what it's all about. And it's old school jams here. Clearly, like I mentioned before, a lot of it is probably influenced by their dad, Sekan, giving these song choices, probably stuff that he was into back in the day. But, you can't go wrong with these old school classic vibes. So, the young kids definitely getting to know awesome music from way back, and that's also helping their playing. It's also helping their development. It's also helping them go forward and just be better musicians. It's all wonderful stuff, ladies and gentlemen, and the Mission Souls giving us those 80s throwback vibes immediately, sounding awesome and fantastic. Wait a minute, I didn't catch that. Was that Naisha also on that insert doing some vocals? Naisha is starting to, decide she's going to sing as well, on top of playing brilliant guitar as well. I mean, come on. All the members of this family, so utterly talented. It's so awesome. Every single member, ladies and gentlemen. It never ceases to absolutely amaze me how much talent, musical talent, resides in this one family unit, ladies and gentlemen. It is unbelievable stuff. And they're just absolutely rocking this track the right way. This bluesiness coming through in Naisha's guitar playing. It's absolutely wonderful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Their version of this original track already just being astounding. I have to applaud away from this microphone, ladies and gentlemen. Utter shout out to Naisha there. That was a phenomenal solo, ladies and gentlemen. This young lady, she is utterly awesome shredding on that guitar, ladies and gentlemen. What stunning talent. I mean, Slash, you can chill. Naisha absolutely stepping up and crushing this solo. That sounded wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. That had me rocking along. You saw the vibe, guitar work, awesome stuff. But Mission Souls, what a band. What a family band, ladies and gentlemen. They cannot go wrong.
Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go? Oh, where do we go now? Where do we go? Oh, where do we go now? Ooh, where do we go now? Oh, where do we go?
Sweet Child of Mine is a song by American rock band Guns N' Roses, released on their debut studio album Appetite for Destruction in 1987. Wow, indeed. Another wow performance by Mission Souls family band, ladies and gentlemen. They took me way back to the 80s, ladies and gentlemen. They took me back to those Guns N' Roses vibes that were all over the show way back in the day. And they absolutely rocked it phenomenally. That's what they did, ladies and gentlemen. Sheer brilliance all the way through by every member, every young member of the band here in this performance. Just connecting and absolutely making this track expand with brilliance is what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. That was phenomenal stuff. The siblings, ladies and gentlemen, they just do not know how to disappoint. They don't. The technical nature of that performance, ladies and gentlemen. Now look, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some sort of expert who knows, in terms of the music, every technical little piece or aspect of it. But this passed the ear test, ladies and gentlemen, definitely. Not only did it sound like that original song, but that Missioned Souls flavor, that Missioned Souls vibe, it was just embedded all over the track, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mission Souls Family Band giving you this version because their vibe just came through so spectacularly on the music. You gotta shout out Naisha for her guitar work on this one. She was utterly stunning, shredding and riffing and soloing on that guitar, ladies and gentlemen. And you also saw her perform other instruments and vocal bits on those inserts as well. Stacey giving us a very strong vocal performance. Her vocal abilities just keep getting better and better. Isaiah, the young man, Ice on the drums, holding it down, along with his sister Nasus, just giving us that rhythm section on this track. This is a track that is hard rock / metal royalty. This is, a classic song from back in the day. And this family, they did not seem or feel out of place one bit. They just absolutely comfortably settled down and gave us an interpretation of the track that was just absolutely astounding. I cannot say that enough. An astounding interpretation of this song by Mission Souls. But at the end of the day, I expect no less from this family, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be impressive every single time. They're going to be brilliant every single time. They're going to rock like no one's business every single time. And they did it again. Sheer brilliance, sheer magnificence, sheer spectaculariosity. Is that a word? Sheer spectacularness. Is that the word? It was very spectacular is what I'm trying to say. That was unbelievable. Missioned Souls gave us some hard-rocking magnificence with that one. Truly unforgettable.